Question 1, 0.45 may be written as, alright, so we know that's 45 over 100, same thing as 0.45, and we can divide 45 by 5, so 5 into 45 goes 9 times, and 5 into 100 goes 20 times, so we get 20 over 9, so our answer is A. Question 2, the number 3.1406 written correct to 3 decimal places is, alright, so we know 3.14063. This is our first decimal place, or the first decimal place, so 1 dp, 2 dp, and this is our third dp, third decimal place. Now we look to the left of the number. If the number is greater than 5 or greater, then we add 1. If the number is less than 5, then it would remain the same. So now we'd have 3.141. So our answer is B. Question 3, the number 3076 written in standard form. So we first step, we put 3.076. Just write it out as that. Write it out first and put the point after the first non-zero number multiplied by 10. Now the thing is, we need to determine now what can be done, or how would I convert 3.076 to 3076. So that would mean I have to multiply by 1000. If I multiply by 1000, that's 10 to the power of 3. So our answer is going to be D. Question 4. Item 4 refers to the following diagram. So we see our circle, and we're given the sector 285, sector with angle 285, and we have a shaded area here where the angle is unknown or not given. So the fraction of the circle which has been shaded is, so we know that's going to be 360 minus 285, and that gives us 75 degrees. Alright, so now the angle of the shaded sector is going to be 75 degrees, but it says what fraction of the circle. So it's going to be 75 degrees over 360 degrees. We're going to simplify. You can use 5. 5 into 75 goes 15 times, and 5 into 360 goes 72 times. So that's not there, so we can simplify our answer some more. So 3 into 15 goes 5 times, and 3 into 72 goes 24 times. So we're left with 5 over 24. So our answer is going to be A. Question 5, the exact value of 2 divided by 0.01 square is. So let's work with order of operation. So we work our brackets first, and then we deal with our powers, and then we divide after. So 2 divided by 0.01 square. Now 0.01 can be written as a fraction, which would be 1 over 100. So that's 2 divided by 1 over 100 square. Now 2 divided by 1 over 100 times 1 over 100, and that gives us 2 divided by 1 over, and we have 10,000. Alright, so 2 divided by 1 over 10,000 is now 2 multiplied by 10,000 over 1, same thing as 10,000. So 2 times 10,000 gives us 20,000. So our answer is D. In a school, the ratio of the number of pupils to the number of teachers is 20 to 1. So pupils to teachers is 20 to 1. If the number of pupils is 840, how many teachers are there? Alright, so we can use this small conversion thing here. So 20 to 1. So to get from 20 to 1, you're going to do what? Divide by 20. And to get from 1 to 20, we're going to multiply by 20. So if I want to find the number of teachers, I have to divide by 20. If I wanted to find the number of pupils, I have to multiply by 20. Now the question asks us to find how many teachers that teach 840 students. That's going to be 840 divided by 20. So 10 into that, 2, 84. 2 into 84 goes 4 and 2, 42 times. Alright, so that's 42 teachers. And there are many ways of working this out. Some students may use the cross multiplication method, 20 to 1, and that's 840 to x, cross multiply, 20 times x, that's 20x, and 840 times 1, that's 840. Solve for x, divide both sides by 20. So x is equal to 42. And there are many other ways of working on this question. Just leave your way in the solution. Alright, 7. P equal the set of 52, 77, 91, 124, 217. Three members of the set P have a common factor, which is, so you can, what you're supposed to do now is just to test the numbers. Which of these numbers go into 3 of these numbers up here, so in the set. Alright? So you could try 4, then you try 7, then you try 13, then you try 31, and you would see, eventually you would see. Alright, so let us say, let's test 4. 4 into 52. So 4 into 52. But then we look at it, common sense. 4 can go into 77, 91, and 4 can go into 217 without leaving a remainder. So 4 out of it. So we could try 7. 7 won't go into 52 without leaving a remainder. So it will go in about 7 into 77, that worked. 7 into 9 goes 1 time remainder 1, so this would work. 7 into 12, that goes 1 time remainder 5. 7 into 54, that's going to leave a remainder, so you can't work with that. 7 into 21 goes 3 times and 7, so this would work. So 7 goes into 77, 91, and 217. If you hear anything rolling in my background, that's just some thunder and lightning. So stop recording for now. Question 8. So we look at the figure. Triangle OPQ is mapped onto O prime, Q prime. What type of transformation has taken place? Now, obviously, a reflection is not one of those. Not a shear, can't be a shear. And not a translation, because we're not seeing like that type of movement, vertical and horizontal movement at the same time. So the best guess would be a rotation. Also, you could observe the point. Look at the point. P is 4, 2, and P prime is -2, 4. If my memory serves me correct, based on the point, observing the points, this would look like a clockwise rotation about 270 degrees. Yeah, clockwise. So this go 1, 2, 3. So it'll be a clockwise rotation of 270 degrees. Could say that, if my memory serves me well. You can correct me in the correct me in the comment section. So it's a rotation of 270 clockwise rotation to 270 degrees about the origin. Alright, question 9. 301 can be written out. So this question we can use common sense. Just go ahead and automatically eliminate anything with 10 to the third power. Because 10 to the third power is 1000. And 3 times 1000 give us 3000. So we can eliminate all of these with the 3000. And this says this is 300 plus 10 is 310. We don't want that here, so it's 301. So our answer is for 9 is going to be 8. Question 10. If P is equal to 3 open bracket A minus Q, then 6A is equal to. So let's transpose for A and see what we get. So P is equal to, and let's apply the distributive law here. So we have 3A minus 3Q. And now we're going to add 3Q on both sides of our equation. So we have P plus 3Q is equal to 3A minus 3Q plus 3Q. So then we have P plus 3Q, which is equal to 3A. Now observe, the question asks us to find 6A. So therefore 6A, if we multiply 3A by 2, we get 6A. Now if I multiply by 2 on this side, I have to multiply by 2 also on the other side. So now I have 2 open bracket P plus 3Q is equal to 6A. So our answer is going to be A. Which of the following set is equivalent to the set A, B, C, D, E? Now we know equivalent sets mean that they have the same number of elements. Not the same type of elements, the same number of elements in the set. So this set has 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So we're looking for another set that has 4 elements. So automatically we know that the set PQRS is equivalent to the set ABCD. Now from previous videos we already know subset. So we know subset works with 2 to the power of n, where n is the number of elements in the set. And you're supposed to get used to my beautiful handwriting by now. And how many elements are in this set? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be 2 to the 5th power. So the answer is D. Item 13 refers to the following Venn diagram. In the Venn diagram above, U is the students who play games, H is students who play hockey, V the students who play volleyball. The number of students in each set is indicated. How many students do not play volleyball? So I want to know, do not play volleyball. Alright, so this 2 here is the intersection, so that can work. This 3 here is those who don't play either, that they don't play hockey nor volleyball, so that 3 can work. This 5 represent the 5 students who play only hockey. So therefore, by elimination, the answer is going to be 8. Or you could look at it and say, let's look at the students who play volleyball. So the students who play volleyball, let's block them out. So I'm shading them. This is volleyball. So the complement or volleyball complement would be everything that is outside of the volleyball set. So therefore, that's the 5 and the 3 persons that make 8. Question 14 refers to the following diagram. So 2 circles above represent set P and set Q. If P equal the factors of 6 and Q equal the factors of 4, then the shaded region represents. So we know this shaded region represents P intersect Q. That means what is common to both set P and what is common to set Q. So let's list the factors of 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 6 itself. Let's list the factors of 4. So we have 1, 2, and 4 itself. So what is common to both sets? 1 and 2, 1, 2. So therefore P intersect Q is the set 1, 2. So our answer is A. Remember, where both sets overlap, the shaded region represents the intersection, what is common to both sets. A woman buys a pair of shoes at a sale. She pays $45, saving $15 on the normal price. The percentage discount on the pair of shoes is. Okay, so it says $45 she pays, saving $15. That means that the original price was $60. That's 45 plus 15. That gives us $60. And it said the percentage discount on the pair of shoes would be, so that's 15 over 60 times 100. So 15 into itself 1. 15 into 60 goes 4 times. A quarter times 100 will give us 25%. So therefore the percentage discount on the pair of shoes is 25%. Tom bought a pen for $60 and sold it to gain 20% of his cost price. How much money did he gain? Alright, so $60 for the pen, him pay $60 and him sell 20% more. So that's a 20% increase. So 60 times 20%. 20 into itself 1, 20 into 100 goes 5 times. 5 into itself 1, 5 into 60 goes 12 times. Alright, so how much money did he gain? He gained $12. Now be careful. He gained only $12. How much would he have? Would be 72. But the gain, the 20% gain is just $12. So be careful not to add the $12 to the $60 to find the total amount of money that he would have. The question just asks, how much did he gain? During a sale, a shop allows 20% discount of the marked price of clothing. What will a customer pay for a dress with a marked price of $30? So we know discount means it's less than, so it's going to be 30 minus 20% of 30. So let's work our bracket. 20% of 30. 20 into that, so that's 1/5 of 30, and that gives us 6. So 30 minus 6, and that gives us $24. So the discounted price is going to be $24. Question 18. A customer buys a table on hire purchase. He makes a deposit of $306 and pays 6 monthly installments of $6 each. The total cost the customer pays, or the total cost to the customer is. So we know that's going to be, the total is going to be the deposit plus the monthly payments. Right. Plus monthly payments. And that's a lot of words to write out there. So the deposit would be $306 plus the monthly payment is going to be 6 monthly installments of 6. So that's 6 times 60. So the total is going to be 306 plus 6, 36, 360. So that total gives us 6 plus 0, 6, 6 plus 0, 6, and 3 plus 3 is 6. So the total is going to be $666. C. Question 19. A dinner in a hotel was advertised at $60 plus 18% tax. The total bill for one dinner was, you know, whatever tax is always added on the total. So that's $60 plus 18% of 60 plus 18% of 60. So let's work that through. So 60 plus, alright, so 10 into that goes 10, that goes 6 times, reduce it, 10 into, alright, 2 into 6 goes 3 times, 2 into 10 goes 5 times. So we're left with 18 over 5. And 18 over 5 the same thing as, sorry, I just made an error. This should not be 18. This should be 18 times 3 over 5. Yes, 18 times 3 over 5. 18 times 3 over 5. That's going to give us 54. 54 over 5. And that's the same thing as $60 plus 10.8, and that gives us 70.8. So $70.80. So our answer matches to B. Question 20. The simple interest on $400 at 5% per annum for 2 years is given by. So we know that the simple interest formula is I is equal to PRT over 100. For some strange reason, this video have worked for bad writing errors, but that's okay. I'm going to put it out the same way. So the principal is 400, the rate is 5%, and that's where the 100 in our denominator comes from, and the time is 2 years all over 100. So which one matches? Now we know so none of these. So A is our best answer. A is the answer. Question 21. If the simple interest on $800 for 3 years is 54, what is the rate of interest per annum? So the question is asking us to find the rate. So we know that I is equal to PRT over 100. So we can plug in what we have. We have the interest, which is our I. We have our principal, which is 800, and we have our time, which is 3. So we say 54 is equal to 800 times R is what we want to find, times 3 over 100. So 100 into itself, 100 into 800 goes 8 times. And 8 times 3, that gives us 24R, and then 54. So we divide both sides by 24. So we know that 24 and 24 give us 40. So that's 2 times that, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So we get 6 over 24, which is equal to R, where we can simplify 6 into itself 1 time, and 6 into 24 goes 4 times. So we get 2.25%. So our answer is B. So you just need to know how to transpose the formula or work with what you have to find what you want to find. Question 22. A plot of land is valued at $18,000. Land tax is charged at a rate of 0.70 cents per $100 value. What is the total amount of tax paid for the land? And this question seems to be a very recurring question. It's like it's on every year paper. So hence we know that we need to find how many $100 are in 18,000. So we have 18,000 divided by 100, and that gives us 180. So we get 108. So now we say that each 180 now multiplied by, because it's 70 cents per $100 value, that's 180 multiplied by 0.7, and that gives me 7007856, and then 717 plus 5, that gives me 12, and then one decimal place. So my answer is going to be B, $126. Alright, the expression y is equal to the square of x can be written as the square of x. So it's the square of x. This one I have nothing here. No, this is D saying y is equal to the square root of x. But A saying y is equal to the square of x, or x squared. 24, the expression -2 open bracket x minus 4 is the same as, so we can apply our distributive law. So -2 times x gives us -2x. -2 times -4 gives us +4. So our answer is going to be C. Be careful with your signs when working these questions. Question 25. When 7 is added to 3 times a certain number n, 3 times a certain number n, that gives us 3n, and 7 is added mean, okay, the result is mean equal. Alright, so you could say 7 plus 3n equals to 22. Same thing as 3n plus 7 is equal to 22. And we can turn it around like that because addition is commutative. So hence, the one that matches our answer is A. John has X marbles and Mark had twice as many. So let's write John, Mark. So John has X marbles and Max has twice as many, so 2x. How many marbles? And they said Max gives Tom 5 of his marbles. So Tom just get 5. How many marbles does Max have? No have. So if we subtract 5, it's going to be 2x minus 5. So our answer is D. Question 27. Given that P star Q means 2Q minus P, the value of 1 star 2 is. So we know that by comparison, P star Q is equivalent to 1 star 2. So we can say let P be 1 and Q be 2, comparing them in this spot, So therefore, anywhere I see Q, I'm going to put 2. Anywhere I see P, I'm going to put 1. So therefore, 1 star 2 is equal to 2 times 2 minus 1. So 2 2s 4 minus 1, that gives us 3. So our answer is C. The expression 2a cubed is the same as, now remember, yes, laugh at Mr. Turing. Cube means, if I have a cube, it's saying a times a times a. Now 2a cubed is 2a times 2a times 2a. So 2 2s 4, 4 2s 8. We have a to the 1, a to the 1, a to the 1. And when you're multiplying with the same base, we add the power, so we get a to the 3rd power. So our answer is going to be D. Be very careful of leaving out the power. Question 29. If 5 open bracket 2x minus 1 is equal to 35, then x is equal to, so we apply our distributive law. 5 times 2x, we get 10x. 5 times negative 1, we get negative 5 is equal to 35. So now we're going to add 5 on both sides. So 10x minus 5 plus 5 is equal to 35 plus 5. So we get 10x is equal to 40. Divide both sides by 10. So x is equal to 4. Now question like this, without doing this long working out, you could just easily substitute the answer. So you could try negative 4 and see if it gives you 35. Try a quarter, try 3, or try 4. Did I say try 3 like try have th night? Well, yes. There's something to talk about sometimes or many times. So hence, you could also substitute the answers to help save time. Just plug in the answers and see if you get a result of 35. Otherwise, you could work it out the long way like I did. Question 30. The sum of x and y is 18 and their difference is 14. Which pair of equations describe the statement above? First and foremost, we don't need to look at it, just look at it first. The sum of x and y, so that's x plus y is 18, is mean equal 18. Their difference, which is x minus y, is, which is equal 14. Which one match? C. So our answer is going to be C. Question 31. If 15 square is equal to 225, then the square root of 0.0225 is. So we know that 15 square 225, that means that the square root of 200. So 15 square is equal to 225. That means that the square root of 225 is 15. Now, if we're asked to find the square root now of 0.0225, we'll get 0.15. Now, another person may say, how should get 0.15? Now, common sense, 15 times 15, that's going to give us 225. 1.5, no, the answer has 4 decimal places. And if this, remember, I'll have to multiply 0.015 by 0.015, and this is going to give me what? 6 decimal places. This number has only 4 decimal places. So therefore, if I multiply 0.15 by 0.15, I'll have 4 decimal places here. So therefore, the answer is going to be B. I know it's 15 something, but it's going to have 2 decimal places because overall, if I multiply it by itself, it's going to have 4 decimal places. So we look for the one that has 2 plus 2 decimal places. So that's going to be 0.15. So our answer is B. Question 32. Which of the following diagram illustrates a function? So we know a function is where each element of the domain is mapped to 1 and only 1 element in the range. So each element in the domain is mapped to only 1 and 1 element in the output. So therefore this not qualify, this not qualify, this not qualify. This map to 1, this map to 1, this map to 1. So therefore D. Question 33. A function f is defined as f is such that x maps onto 3x minus 1. The value of f of 3 is, so f of 3 means anywhere in the function f of x I see x, I'm going to put negative 3. So 3 times negative 3 minus 1. So 3 times negative 3 gives us negative 9 minus 1, that gives us negative 10. So B is our answer. Question 34. Given f of x is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 1, then f of negative 1 is. Now f of negative 1 means anywhere in the function f of x I see x, I'm going to put negative 1. So negative 1 square minus 3 times negative 1 plus 1. So negative 1 square is 1, and then we have negative 3 times negative 1, that gives us positive 3 plus 1, so that gives us 5. So our answer is C. Which of the following represents the equation of a straight line? Now let's recall that the equation of a straight line is in the form y equal mx plus c. So anything with square, no, these are quadratics, these are not straight lines. And this will be an ln graph, or what's the exponential graph or a log graph, one of those two graphs, 1 over x, yeah. So therefore it wouldn't be y. So then the best one in the form y equal mx plus c would be b. Just comparing the form and you get your answer easily. Sometimes the question asks you to transpose, but this one was just very straightforward. Y equal mx plus c, bam. Question 36. From the graph above, the values of x when y is negative 1 are, so negative 1 here, so we will carry up, read up, negative 1 here, carry up, read up. So we can look at the scale. So each of it is like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1. So each is about 0.2. So this one is about, this look like, oh, that's the best answer. Here, so will be 1, here, so it will be 2. So this looks like negative 2.2 and positive 2.2. So our answers will be B, 2.2 and negative 2.2. Question 37. Item 37 refers to the following diagram. So the diagram above shows a graph. If A, B, C are constants and A is greater than 0, the equation of the graph could be, now we know it's a quadratic graph. We know that once it's smiling, that means that the A is positive, we have ax squared, and if it was frowning, it would be negative ax squared. Now because it cuts the graph twice, so we know that it has two real roots. So which one matches? And then this C now, right here is C where it cuts the y-axis. Here would be the roots when you solve it in your, when you solve. So then which one matter? This don't match, this don't match. So it's between this. And we established that once it's minus a squared, it's a frown. And when it's positive, it's a smile. So therefore our answer is going to be C. Y equal ax squared plus bx plus c. So we call it the quadratic form. Alright, 38. The distance around the edge of a circular pond is 88 meters. The radius, wow, the radius in meters is, so we know that what's the relationship between the circumference and the radius. So we know that circumference is equal to 2 pi r. So the circumference, which is 88 meters, is equal to 2 pi r, and it's asking you to tell the radius, so we're going to divide both sides by 2 pi. So we get r is equal to 88 over 2 pi. Now I could have simplified the answer to 44 over pi, but the question, the answer didn't ask for us to simplify, because they just wanted us to see if we were seeing it. So the answer is going to be 88 over 2 pi, or it could have given you an option and say 44 over pi. But our answer is D. Alright, question 39. So you see a trapezium here. The area in centimeters square of the trapezium above, not drawn to scale, is. So trapezium above, so now the area of a trapezium is equal to half the sum of the parallel sides. So these sides are parallel to each other. That's A plus B times the perpendicular height, which is our H. So half 7 plus 11 times our perpendicular height, which is 3. So 7 plus 11, that's 18 times 3. So half of 18 is 9, and 3 9s 27. So that's 27 centimeters square. So our answer is going to be B. I hope that you guys do take the time out to try the questions also. Mute me before I start talking. Just go ahead and just work the question. Also, be reminded that in the description there is a link to the question paper here that I'm working. The question paper is in a Google form where you can go ahead and practice as many times as you want, and the responses will come, your answers and the correct answers will come to your email once you're through working the form. Question 40. The figure above, not drawn to scale, consists of a triangle resting on a square of side 5 centimeters. The height of the triangle is 4 centimeters. What is the total area of the figure? So we know that if this is a square, all sides are equal. So here is 5, and also here is 5 centimeters. Here is also 5 centimeters. So we can find the area of the square, which is L squared. So area is going to equal to 5 squared, which is 5 times 5. That gives us 25 centimeters square. Now the area of the triangle, we know it's half base times height. So half, and the base is 5 and the height is 4. So half of 4 is 2. 2, 5, 10. So that gives us 10 centimeters square. So the total area is going to be 10 centimeters square plus 5 centimeters square. Sorry, plus 25. 25. Sorry about that. Even the little stroke here so confuse me. Plus 25. So that gives us 35 centimeters square. So our answer is A. Alright, the area of a rectangle is 53.6 centimeters square. If the length is multiplied by 4 and the width is half, the area would be, alright, so area is equal to of a rectangle is length times width. Right, so let's say that the length is 4L and the width is half. And let's say that the area is 53.6. So this is that, which is what? Half. Alright, so half the width. So area is going to be 53.6 centimeters square is equal to length times, which is 4L times half W. So that gives us 2LW, and then 53.6 we're going to divide by 2 on both sides. So that LW is still the area. So then 53.6, this looks like 50, but it's actually 53 if you're following. 53.6 divided by 6, that gives us 26.8. So therefore, the area would now be 26.8 centimeter square. Item 42 refers to the following diagram. So we see our sector here with our sector angle 72 degrees. So it's a AOB is a sector of a circle such that angle AOB is 70 degrees and OB is the radius units long. Sorry, OB is R units long. My gosh. The area of OB is, so we know that area of a sector. Now area of sector is, you don't have to swap the formula, you can think about it. The sector is a fraction of the circle, right? A fraction of the area of the circle. So we can look at it as, we know the area of a circle is pi r square already. So therefore, the sector now is going to be what? The sector is going to be a fraction of the area. That's going to be 72 over 360. Because the fraction of the circle will be 70. Fraction of the circle given is 72 out of 360. And then we can break that down. And that, by breaking down, that will give us 1 over 5 pi r square. So hence our answer is going to be A. So you can either swap the formula, area sector is equal to theta over 360 pi r square. But you don't have to swap it because the sector is a fraction of the circle. So it's a fraction, the area of the sector is going to be a fraction of the area of the circle. So you can think about it that way. And what did I do wrong? Immediately, what did I do wrong? I circled the wrong answer. Even though I have the right working out over there, so I circled the wrong answer. It should be 1 over 5 pi r square. Square. Don't forget the square. And they have both options there now for people like me who don't pay attention to details, which is a bad thing. We need to pay attention to details, including myself. Alright. Next question. How many kilograms are there in 1 ton? I must know this by now. Must swap this. 1000 kilogram is equal to 1 ton. So therefore, 1000, our answer is C. Question 44. If it took a speedboat 9 hours to travel a distance of 1080 kilometers, what was its average speed in kilometers per hour? So we look if we have anything to convert. So we have hours and we have kilometers, so we have nothing to convert. So therefore, speed is equal to distance over time. So speed is equal to the distances 1080 kilometers. And the time is 9 hours. So we know that 9 into 10 goes 1 time, remainder 1. 9 into 18 goes 2 times, and 9 into 0 is 0. So we get 120 kilometers per hour. So our answer matches to C. Question 45. A man started a journey at 9:30, alright, so 9:30 and arrived at his destination in the same time zone at 13:30 the same day. If his average speed was 30 kilometers per hour, then the distance in kilometers for the journey was. Alright, so let's calculate our time. So time, so him reach 1330 minus 930 to see how much hours. So all that gone. So 9 from 13, we left with 4. So it takes 4 hours. So that's the time. And we get the speed. So speed is equal to distance over time. So let's plug in what we have. We have the speed, that's 30 kilometers, and per hour just mean over the hour. Is equal to, we want to find the distance, so put back the distance, let's put D, and the time is 4 hours. So we can, so to find the distance, we're going to be 30 kilometers per hour multiplied by 4 hours. Now let me just rewrite this another way just to show your students something, or show anybody watching here something, whether you're a student and not a student. 30 kilometer per hour can be written like this. It's the same thing. Multiplied by 40 hours. So you can see where the hour cancel hour, and we're left with just 30 times 4. Sorry. That should just be 4. I don't know, me get 40 from my head. That should just be 4. So you see 4 times 30 and 400 and 43 is 1,220 kilometers. So our answer is going to be A. And sometimes if they want to make these questions difficult, they could put 120 twice, put 1 kilometer, or put some hours or something. So pay attention to the details. Don't get catch like me sometimes. Alright, next question. Question 46. The pie chart above, not drawn to scale, represents the masses of ingredients in a cake. The total mass is 288 grams. What is the combined mass in grams of fat and sugar? So fat and sugar, so we have 75 degrees plus 20 degrees plus 100 degrees. So we add that, get 120, and 120 plus 75, that gives us 195. So 195 degrees. So the remainder is going to be 360 degrees minus 195. When you carry over your 1, you get 5 and 6. So you get 165 degrees. So combine this sector angle here is 165 degrees. And it asks what is the combined mass. So now we're going to find 165 degrees out of 360 multiplied by 288 grams. So we can reduce, divide by 5, divide by 5, we get 33, and divide by 5 again, we get 72. And then we can break down again. What else we can break down and say? We can say 72 into 288 now, because let's multiply 72 by 4. 72 by 4. 4 2s 8 and 7 4 28. Good. So 72 into itself 1, and 72 into 288 goes 4 times. So we have 4 times 33. 3 4s 12, carry 1, 3 4s 12, and the 1 13. So 132 grams is the combined mass of fat and sugar. So our answer is B. The pie chart drawn to scale, or this one is drawn to scale. Laugh at Mr. Turn. Shows how a student used 12 hours in studying English, maths, French, and geography. Now, so looking at it drawn to scale, this look like a quarter. This look like this is a quarter. This could have been like a next quarter. Alright, so the amount of time spent studying mathematics is approximately, so this is it's a drawn to scale, so this looks like a quarter, and it's approximately, so a quarter of 12 will give us 3 hours. So we look for the 3 hours, that's going to give us C. So it's approximately 3 hours. Item 48 refers to the following scores below: 10, 8, 15, 8, 1, 4, 7, 4. So the median of the 8 scores presented above is, for some weird reason, the word presented and represented keep bothering my brain today. I don't know why, but that's not important anyway. So median, We order our numbers from either the ascending order or descending order. So I'm going to use ascending order. So 1, 4, 4, 7, 8, 8, 10, 15. And then we find the middle. So we have 3 here and 3 here. So we're left with 7 plus 8 in the middle. So 7 plus 8, we're going to find the average of the middle numbers divided by 2. So 7 plus 8, that's 15 over 2, and 15 over 2 is the same thing as 7.5 or 7.5. So therefore, which one matches? That matches to C. And that's something I know that you guys can do by now. Must be able to do your median. Your mean, your median, and your mode. Mean, median, and mode. Item 49 refers to the following information. Information? I don't know what is wrong with my pronunciation, but that's alright. Moving on. So 2, 5, 9, 18, 18, 27. The mode of the numbers is, so what number occurs the most? So 18 occurs twice. So we can call this, that means that the mode is 18. Question 50. Of 120 students writing an exam, 100 are expected to pass. The estimated probability, and P words, R words, M words, of a student failing is. So the probability of a student failing. So we have 100 expected to pass, so 20 out of the 120 is expected to fail. So 20 out of 120. So that gives us, we just give basic 20 into itself 1, and 20 into 120 goes 6 times. So our answer is going to be 1/6 is estimated to fail. So that's going to be A. Question 51. When 3 coins are tossed simultaneously, the possible outcomes are head, 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 tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, tail, tail, tail. Where H represents head and T represents a tail. What is the probability of obtaining at least 2 heads? What does the word at least mean? At least 2 means you can have more than 2, but the minimum must be 2. So therefore, how many of these have at least 2 heads or more? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 have at least 2 heads out of the total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 8. So therefore 4 into 4, 1, 4 into 8 goes 2. The probability of obtaining at least 2 heads is a half, or 0.5. They could put it in decimal form, 2. The question here named Old Faithful, well, at least based on the other papers that I've seen before. So item 52 refers to the following diagram. So we have 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal line, and it says in the figure above, AB and CD are parallel, which are the following best describes the relationship between X and Y. We know X is equal to Y. We call them co-interior angles. Sorry, alternate angles. So therefore X is equal to Y. Question 53 from the diagram above, sine beta or sine angle, anyone you want to call it, is, so sine, sine is opposite over the hypotenuse. So sine the angle is opposite over the hypotenuse. So opposite side would be AB, and we have not yet calculated AB, but we know AB is one of the popular Pythagorean triple, if I'm pronouncing it correct, where we have it's in the ratio 3, 4, and the hypotenuse is 5. So one side is 4, one side is 3, and the hypotenuse gives us 5. Or you could go ahead and use Pythagoras theorem to calculate the length of the side. So we know that it would be, let's work it out. So we have AB square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square. So AB square is equal to 5 square minus 4 square. So AB square, that's 25 minus 16, and that's going to give, and that gives us 9. So AB square is equal to 9. So to find AB, find the square root of both sides. So AB is equal to 3. So you could calculate your 3, or you could get familiar with some of the common Pythagorean triples. You all know I have pronunciation problems. So we have some like 3, 4, 5. We have 7, 24, 25. We have 9, 40, 41. And this, the last number represents the hypotenuse. And we have 12, 35, 37. We have 5, 12, 13. We have 8, 15, 17. And we have 11, 60, 61. And there are infinitely many more. Anyway, but we never come to work with all of these in this question, because the answer is sine beta 8. So the opposite side is 3. So sine beta, opposite side is 3, and the hypotenuse is 5. So therefore, our answer is going to be 3 over 5, which matches to A. Question 54. So we have A prime, B prime, C prime is the image of ABC under an enlargement by a scalar factor 2. The area in square units of A prime, B prime, C prime is. So you could find the area of A, and the area of the triangle, so we go half base times height. So the base here would be 1, 2, and the height here is 2. So half base times height. So therefore we get 2. So the area of this is 2 units square. So therefore, if that scale factor of 2, then 2 times 2 will give us 4. Or we could test it, multiply each point by 2. So 1, 1 will now become 2, 2. So that's going to give us 2, 2, which is right here. 3, 1 will now become 6, 2. So we have 6, 2 right here. So this is now C1, and this is A1. And then B is going to be, multiply the coordinates by 2. So we get 2, 6. So look, 2, 6. So we form the triangle. And then we can see the base will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the distance here is going to be 4. And the height here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have half times 4 times 4. So we have half of, half of 4 is 2. So we get 2 4s 8. What did I do wrong in the first one? Half base times height. So it's going to be 8 centimeters. So sometimes it's good to draw a little diagram now, because look how I made a mistake here so a while ago. Half base times height. Yeah, because the height here is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's going to be 8 centimeter square. So our answer is going to be 8, not 4. I apologize for my error in the first one, the first part of it. Question 55. In the figure above, the line CD is the image of AB. So after a rotation, no. Reflection in the y-axis, yes. A translation vector, no evidence of that. No enlargement taking place here. So the answer is it's a mirror line. Here's the mirror line, y-axis, equal distance from C to A and D to B. So hence it's going to be a reflection in the y-axis. Question 56 refers to the following diagram. So it says in the right angled triangle above, which trig ratio is equal to 4/8? So you can write them out. So ka to. So 4/8 gives us the opposite. This is the opposite side and the hypotenuse. So which one has the opposite than the hypotenuse? That's going to give us sine. So that sine x gives us 4/8. So sine x is the opposite, which is 4, over the hypotenuse 8. So our answer is C. Question 57. A rectangle has rotational symmetry of order 2. In videos to come in the future, I'll look at some of these questions more in depth and explain some of these rotational symmetry and drama and do the drawings and stuff. The order of 2. Alright? That means if you have, let's draw a rectangle. So this way it has one symmetry. That's one symmetry. And this way has another symmetry. So it calls it a rotational symmetry of 2, order 2. Alright? So that fifth question. If the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is 4 right angles, then the polygon is a quadrilateral. 4 right angles, quadrilateral, square, rectangle, others. So there are others. So therefore, yeah, quadrilateral. Moving on. Now times is grade 9. Now look over your grade 9 notes. Alright, question 59. How many triangles congruent to triangle ADE would be needed to cover the square ABCD? Alright, so if we congruent means same, equal. So if we get 1 here, so 2 here, so that means that we have 2 more lines. We pull it down again. Me and beautiful drawing. Hold on, I want to draw it neatly. Computer freeze. Don't be a freezer now. Alright. Let's draw it down quickly. Let me see if we draw another line here. Let me draw my line neatly. And we cut it again. Alright, now draw neat. We get 2 more congruent to 3, 4. And then cut it again here. So we get 2 more, 5, 6. So we can get 6 congruent triangles to cover the square ABCD. Item 60 or final questions refers to the following diagram. In the figure above, ABC is a triangle in which AD is equal to BD, which is equal to CD. Alright? So the triangle, the angle ABC is, alright, so let's work it out. So if this line and this line are equal, that means that we have an isosceles triangle. That means that this angle too is also 50 degrees. Now if this angle is 50 and this is 50, we want to find this angle here. And that angle here is going to be 180 minus 100. and that gives us 80 degrees. So if this angle is 80 degrees, next we want to find ABC. So we want to find all of this angle here. So if this angle is 80 degrees, angles on a straight line had to give 100, sorry, had to give 180, 180, 180. Angles on a straight line had to give 180. So 180 from, so 80 from 180 gives us 100. Now if this angle here is 100 and this side is equal to this side, then we can say 180 minus 100 is 80 and divide it by 2 because it's also another isosceles triangle. Come now to try to find a question, my brain just start going haywire now. So then we have 40 and 40. So therefore the sides of the angle ABC is going to be 40 plus 50 and that gives us 90. So let's scroll down. Alright, my screen decided to freeze right now. So then this would be our, so the angle is going to be D, 90 degrees. So pay attention, we have two isosceles triangle. Here so is 100, that means a 100 from 180, we left with 80. And divide the 80 into 2 because the isosceles triangle, so 40, 40. So 40 plus 50 gives us 90.